and welcome another edition of Vision Sport 360. And I'm here, the host Austin Arome, and looking at what we have for you today. We're going to be looking at Leicester City's indictment for Premier League sustainability rules, and they face a point deduction as they try to claw their way back to the Premier League. There's also boxing where Lawrence Okole will challenge Lucas Razowski for the WBC Bridgeweight title, which is going to be on the 24th of May right there in Poland. And also the NNL, the Nigerian National League, lift ban on Oluyemi Kayode's stadium on the 22nd of March, which is today. Looking at the National League lifting that ban on the stadium, which is the home ground of Ekiti United. There's also the story of Anthony Joshua fighting, mandatory against Tyson Fury. So much to talk about that, as there's confusion about what's going to happen next. With the improvement of Anthony Joshua as far as the ranking is concerned, because if you recall, his last fight against Francis Ngannou has actually giving him that leeway, so to say, to fight against Tyson Fury, who is the holder of the WBC. But before that, I'm talking about Tyson Fury was supposed to fight a unification match against Alexander Usyk, but the WBC are saying that at the end of the day, it's going to be Anthony Joshua fighting against Tyson Fury. We don't know how that is going to pan out, so we're going to give you detail as far as that story is concerned. But before we do that, we'd like to take a short break, and when we come back, we'll look into the detail of our top stories. Welcome back. It's Division Sport 360. Now let's take a look at what's happening in the English Premier League. And looking at what's happening, it seems like the English league, talking about Premier League, they are not they no longer hesitate to hit the hammer on clubs who have not stick to the rule. Just recently we had, we saw what happened to Everton, where 10 points was deducted initially from the points that they were able to garner right there in the English Premier League. That took them very close to fighting the relegation fight. But then at the end of the day, there was an appeal against that judgment, and the appeal was actually able to help Everton, and they got the 10 points deduction, they got it reduced to just 4 points. And just recently, we have the same issue with Nottingham Forest for breaching what they call Premier League profitability rules. This is what is happening right there. And you're looking at Leicester City, who won the English Premier League title just 7 years ago. That was in 2015-2016 season, and ever since then they've not been able to win the trophy again. But they were relegated last season, and trying to claw their way back. You know what this means? It means that their hope of coming back, getting back to the English Premier League is actually hanging in the balance, judging by the precedents that have been set both with Everton and Nottingham Forest. The point was deducted from all the points that they've been able to gather so far as the season is concerned. And for Leicester, it might pretty much be the same for them, as their actually in a neck-to-neck battle with Leeds United as to know who is going to qualify as the champions of the English Championship. Right now, Leicester, with the balance, they are on top of the table. But this might actually bring a twist into the Premier League qualification battle, and Leicester City have been referred to an independent commission for breaching profit and sustainability rules. The Foxes are also they're also involved in a separate financial probe by the English Football League, which is a body responsible for the English championship. So it's like a double-edged sword. Whether anyhow you look at it, punishment from the Premier League and punishment from the English Championship as well. I think this is not a good time for Leicester City, but their fate has not been decided yet. The independent panel will have to come out with their own submission. They'll have to audit Leicester City's finances, how they've been conducting their businesses, to see at the end of the day if they are actually guilty. You look at a year earlier when they lifted the FA Cup for the first time, the club was reported to have a loss of 31.1 million, and Leicester are yet to make the accounts for the last season in the Premier League publicly available. But it's up to 12 months now. They've lost a club record of 92.5 million. That's huge, considering that there's not so much money right there in the English Championship. And this is what you get sometimes when you get relegated. You start making those losses, trying to keep your key players and trying to come back to the Premier League immediately, and that has not really worked for them. The top flight rules permit clubs to make losses of 105 million over 3 years period, or 235 million per season before facing sanction. And in the case of Leicester City, just in one season they made a loss of 95 million, which is actually quite high. And they might actually with a 13-point gap over third place Southampton, but then they have a poor run of form, which include one win in their last 5 games. Will it be what will be their own greatest undoing? What will stop them from coming back to the English Premier League? This is what we are going to be looking at in the coming days, as far as events continue to unfold and develop, and we'll give you more update as far as that story is concerned. We'll take a very short break, and when we come back, let's look at boxing, where Tyson Fury is built to fight against Anthony Joshua has been to take mandated to fight against the winner of Usyk versus Tyson Fury. There's also Lawrence Okolie, who is also being managed by Anthony Joshua. He's under Anthony Joshua's boxing record, and so as his boss is going to make that bout, he's also looking to make his own bout, and is actually about competing for the WBC Bridgeweight title on the 24th of May. We'll talk about that when we come back from the short break. Alright, welcome back to the show, and moving on. This time around, we're looking at boxing, where Anthony Joshua has been mandated to fight the winner between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk. This is according to President of WBC, Mauricio Suleiman. Anthony Joshua will challenge the winner of that particular bout, and Tyson Fury and Usyk will compete for all belts, just like I said, unification match, which is going to take place on May 18th in Saudi Arabia. And later in the year, there's going to be another rematch. So while they are fighting, Anthony Joshua will be waiting on the wings, and whoever eventually wins, I'm sure that is going to be in the line to fight for unification. I think the unification of the belt is something that has not happened in the world of boxing, heavyweight boxing. It has happened in other categories in recent times, but for a very, very long time, I can't actually remember the last time all belts were in possession of one particular fighter, and we're going to have that at the end of that bout between Tyson Fury and Alexander Usyk, because Alexander Usyk, he's WBC champion, while the Tyson Fury WBC champion, while Alexander Usyk is IBO and WBF belt. So it's going to be all about fighting for the title, fighting for to make sure that all belts are unified. While the negotiation for the fight is ongoing, Joshua has a record of 28 fights. He's lost 3 times, and he's won 25 bout as far as the boxing is concerned. He'll be waiting patiently for the winner between Alexander Usyk and Tyson Fury at the end of the day. So it's actually an interesting one for Anthony Joshua, when you all thought that his career was actually done and dusted after back-to-back losses to Alexander Usyk. So at the end of the day, with what he's done so far, he's going to have a shot at fighting for the title, not just fighting for the title, because by the time he'll be fighting the winner, we're going to have the belt being in a possession of one particular boxer. Is either going to be Usyk or Tyson Fury at the end of the day. So Joshua will be waiting in the wings. So interesting one, and we'll look forward to that particular one. Also, we have another Nigerian, Lawrence Okoli, who will be who will be challenging Lucas Rozankis, who is a WBC Bridgeweight title on the 24th of May in Poland. A former British and European champion has been out of action. Talking about Lawrence Okoli, he's been out of action since May 2023. So his next fight will be almost a year later, and let's hope that it's not actually rusty, because the distance between his last fight and his next fight is going to be quite a big one. And Rozanski is actually the champion of the Bridgeweight title, and Lawrence Okoli will be looking to win that back. And let's see Lawrence Okoli if he can actually do that. For me, he's been quite impressive. I would say I've been impressed with what he's done so far in his boxing career. Yeah, represented Great Britain in 2016 Olympics, and his bout against Polish, talking about Rozanaki, who is 38, will be his first above his his weight, so to say. Is the WBC and WBA are the only bodies that currently recognize the bridge weight, which was created in 2020 by the WBC. And wish him the best of luck. Trying to step above your weight sometimes is always very, very difficult, and it might actually backfire, and then at the end of the day, it will rubbish what you've done. And I just hope all things go well for Lawrence Okoli, at the end of the day, and he's able to win that particular bout. And let's take a look at one final story before we close the show, where the NNL has lifted a ban which has been placed on Oluyemi Kayode Stadium, the home stadium for NNL side Ekiti United. The stadium was earlier banned due to the poor state of playing surface. Ekiti United had adopted the Akure Township Stadium as their home ground, while Oluyemi Kayode Stadium was undergoing renovating works, and the lifting of the ban, which was communicated by the NNL through the club secretary, actually will make it will be we'll see Ekiti United lock horns with Vandreza FC in March 15 fixture at the newly approved stadium. So congratulations to Ekiti United. They'll be back to play their home matches at their home ground. So on this note, we wrap it up on today's edition of Vision Sport 360. I want to thank our production crew for doing a good job behind the scene. I'm Austin Arome, and on behalf of everyone here, I say thank you for watching and bye for now.